Okay, welcome back. This is Bob the Vape and Computer Guy. Haven't done any videos for a while, been a little busy, haven't had any time for it. But we have the new eVic VT by Joyetech, and I've just gotten it in, haven't even opened it yet, but I'm going to do a quick unboxing, and then I'm going to use it for 5-10 days, whatever it is, and then let you know what I think about it. Alright, this seems to be the new hot temperature control mod out there right now. To let you know, I got this one from myvaporstore.com. This is the express kit. You'll see a lot of people having it with the tank, the matching tank. This is just in the tank, so I just got the mod. This goes for $57.95 on their website, and I think it's like $5 for priority mail is their standard. So that's a pretty good deal for this. So let's look up close, let's unbox it, and then we'll come back and take a look at it in a week or so and let you know what I think. Okay, so here we go. We have the new Joyetech eVic VT 60 watt. Let's go ahead and cut this sucker open. Like I said, this is the express kit, so it does not have a tank with it, unless they decide to throw one in there for free for me. This looks like your authentication, your warranty. Now, this is very orange. This is racing car orange. It does not look like that on here. I don't know if there's anything I can do with color there, but let's see. Well, that's not going to help you. There you go. That's more along the lines. It's still not very close, but that's more along the lines of the color. But it is very orangey. And it's really nice. It's certainly a nice looking mod. And there's your top 510 connector. It's a little slide toggle, left-right slide toggle there. That's interesting design. Alright. Very nice finish. Venting in the bottom. Let's see if we can turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. Let's see what else is in that box. You got your book. Looks like a decent book. Pictures in there instead of just little obscure notes on it. So we'll look through that. That's your standard charging cable, sleeve, and a charger. So they even give you a wall charger, as opposed to charging it on your computer. You have this nice sleeve, keep it clean. Let's see how it slides in there. Some of these can be a pain. That went in pretty easy. And that's nice. That gives you a nice rubber grip. So make sure that you wouldn't want it to fall out of the sleeve. As you see, it came out a little bit. So not terrible. It's holding on to it pretty good. And you can use that and feel like you got a good grip on it. And it's not going to slip out. Alright, so that's the first look. We will use this for a while, come back and do a full review, let you know what I think about it. Okay, welcome back. So today we're going to do the final review of, let's get it out of here, Joyetech eVic 60 watt temperature control mod. Alright, now let me say a few things. This is my new everyday mod. It is the best mod I think I've ever used. I love it. It's great. I recommend it. I did have some problems with it. I know a lot of other reviewers have just come out with their reviews of this, and I have not watched them because I didn't want it to influence my experience with them at all. But as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go see if they had the similar issues that I did. Let's do up close and look at it and go over the features and the details, and then we'll come back and I'll show you a video I made 3 days after getting it, 4 days after getting it, that shows the problem I had and have continued to have with it. Alright, so let's take a look up close. Alright, like I know others have said, I wish I could show you the true color of this. This is the way it comes across on the screen. It's really more like something like that. It's odd to see, but it really is very, very orange. It's racing car orange, but we're going to put that back down to normal colors for the purpose of this. Alright, so I ordered this without the top kit that they usually come with. Let's see, let's get that a little bit better there. And I've been using all different mods on it. I've used very little of just a plain Canthol coil. I've been using mainly nickel. I've been using this for a little over a week now. I've been using it constantly every day. I've been doing a lot of nickel builds, and this mod has got me back into temperature control and appreciating it, and making it something I think I'm going to be doing a lot more, which I haven't been doing after using things like the Smoke M80, which really didn't work very well. Anyway, let's go into this now. You can see here your 510 connector. You have a little slide toggle on top here. Instead of doing an up-down button, that's what they use. Alright, it is a beautiful, nice finish. Like I said, it's very orangey, which you can't see here. Looks like that's just dirt. Thought I might have had a scratch there already. Your connection here, which is a nice button, works very well. Nice feel, nice size. Screen indoors looks beautiful. Outdoors, even in just normal daylight, not even bright daylight, is very difficult to see. I've had a hard time sitting outside, even on a cloudy day, seeing that screen. So that is a downside. It is a con, something to be aware of. It's not the end of the world, but when you're outside, it is hard to see. Alright. You have some venting in the bottom. You have your charge port up here. Alright. Not much more to it. It's 5,000 milliamp battery. It does work very well. The battery, I've only had to charge it once in a week, and I was probably about to 25%, plugged it in, left it in, I don't know, 4 hours, came back, it was fully charged. Since then, it's gotten me down to about halfway. And like I said, I've been using this every day for a week now with only a single charge. Alright. Menu system. The way it works here is standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns it on. Very quick responding. The menu system. 1, 2, 3. Then going this direction, right now it'll toggle between power, and if you switch the battery, you get the option of seeing puff counter, what is that one? The time counter, or your battery level. I like the battery level. You can save. Switch on top here is for toggling, because I'm in power mode, which is standard variable wattage mode. 1, 2, 3. If you go this way, you'll toggle between nickel, titanium, and power mode. So I'm going to go into nickel mode. Okay, in nickel mode, obviously this is your temperature control. Let's see if that's as good a focus I can do for you here. I don't know, sometimes focus is great, sometimes it's not. It looks a little better. When you're in nickel mode, 1, 2, 3, will also allow you to toggle power. Now the power is sort of a round robin only system, because if you go to the right, you're jumping between these settings. When you go to power, you'll go up here between 30 and 60 watts. It pins at 60. Now if you want to get back to 30, you let go and do it again, you're back at 30. But if you happen to be up here and you want to get to, back down to 30, you can't go the other way, because that toggles you through the menu system. Okay? So you would have to go all the way back up to 60 and back down. Now wattage doesn't matter too much in temperature control from what I see, because your temperature control is what's controlling the temperature. The wattage is more of how fast the initial hit is. You may want it at 30, and it may take a little longer to warm up your coil, but if you have it on 40, or I usually have like 35, I find the coil warms up a little faster to start, so it usually pays to have it a little bit higher there. But otherwise, you're not playing with wattage much when you're in that mode. Alright. For the most part, that's the controls. They're pretty simple. I haven't done any titanium builds. There's still a lot of controversy out there about whether it's safe or not, and I'm sure on low power it probably is, but I haven't had any need for it. And I'm building my own coils, so I'm not buying theirs, and I haven't used titanium yet. But that is your other option on here, 1, 2, 3, and you can toggle between, I said, well, wrong way, nickel, titanium, and power. Let's go back into temperature control nickel, and now you're just swapping, jumping between the two here. Okay. For the most part, that's it. It's a very simple mod. Once you get used to those controls, it works well. This slider, I was worried about this breaking. You know, it just seemed like it would have been nice. Originally, I thought for an up and down buttons right here, but this has worked very well. I've had no complaints about it. It seems solid after a week of using it constantly. It doesn't feel any different. You can see that, I don't know if you can see it, there is a little bit of play in there, but that's fine. It really doesn't cause any problem. It is a hard enough hit required to move it that you're not going to really hit it accidentally. And I'll show you when we go back up to normal view that what's nice about it, just depending how you want to hold the mod, you know, for accessing that. But other than that, there you go. Of course, the screen will not flicker on your end. That's the refresh rate coming over the camera. But that's it. There you go. That's the eVic. So let's grab something in here with a nickel build on it. Now I've been using this in the sleeve. More. It's nice. You really want to show it off if you like the aesthetics of it. It looks beautiful. But I am going to put it in here. I feel the grip is better. I feel it protects it from being scratched. I'm very happy with it that way. So take our mod, put it on here. Alright. You can obviously hold it and thumb it there. I find though it's a little inconvenient though when you want to go on top to go back and forth to change your settings. I usually tend to hold it this way. The advantage is you can fire it. You could also go right up here to toggle back and forth. The downside to that though is seeing the screen, you got to turn it all the way around to see it. So if you're holding it like this, it's easy to fire. It's working really nice. Let me tell you about the one problem I did have with this. I am going to now jump you to a video I made 4 days after getting it that I recorded the problem I was having and still have. It is the only problem I've had with it. It's not a deal breaker. It's a bit annoying, but it's something you just have to learn how to adjust and work around. So let's go take a look at that video now. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm recording some of this in stages just so I can get it when it happens because it's not 100% consistent. So this is the sleeve off here because it looks cool without it. That's the Joyetech or Joyetech, how they say it. I have this set up right now, 350 degrees, 40 watts, 0.11 nickel build, and it's vaping fine. It's vaping good. 350 degrees, this particular juice, this build, is perfect, coming out good. The problem I'm having is after a while, if I leave this just sitting on the table, not 100%, it does suddenly just not vape right at that temperature anymore, and you got to start raising the temperature, which may be normal, but you got to start raising it quite a bit to get a normal vape. But if I unscrew it, screw it back in, reset it, it suddenly does start vaping back at a lower temperature the way it should. I'm having inconsistencies with that, and that's my only problem with this mod. So let's see how it is now. Still vaping great. I'm going to leave it on the table for a while. 350, 40 watts. I'll leave it down here for a while. Let's see what happens. Next time I pick it up and the problem happens again, I'll come back on the video and we'll continue from there. Okay, we're back. It's only been, I don't know, 6-7 minutes. Still at 350, 40 watts. It went down to 0.09. Alright, now when I vape on it, and I haven't done anything, it's just been sitting there. I can feel I'm not getting anything out of it. It went down to 0.09 on its own. Now sometimes the coil, juice builds up on the coil, anything like that causes the resistance, I would think, to be greater, not less, but showing 0.09. Nothing. If I increase that power, 420. A little better. 450. .450 is giving me what I was getting in the 300s or 350 before. Also, when you go to vape on it, you can tell as soon as you start vaping on it, it's working better because you're getting a little crackle in there, and you can feel that you're getting proper vape at it. So now I'm at 450. It went down to 0.09 ohms, and it's vaping good again. Thing is, though, at 350 it was vaping good. Now it's doing it at 450. Shouldn't the temperature be the same either way? Shouldn't it control it? Isn't that the whole point of temperature control? Let's go back up to, let's go up a little higher. Let's try 490. I usually don't like going too high. It's vaping great. Why is it doing that? I'm not sure. Another thing you can do is this device does allow, it's supposed to recognize when, when you put a new coil on here. It's supposed to know, and it's supposed to ask you, is this the same coil? Is this a new coil? In order to calibrate properly. So if I remove this coil and fire, no atomizer, that's normal. I want to let the coil cool down because you want to put it on at room temperature. So I'm just blowing into it, just trying to cool it off, and I'm doing this a little quicker now. In the past I have let it sit for a while. If I put it back on now and I fire, it's not even asking me new coil or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Vaping fine again. Let's do this. Let's take the coil off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's off. Okay. Now again, I'm doing this. It may not be fully cooled down, but I did do this multiple times and let it cool down completely. Let's put it back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if I go to fire, it says, if the, again, it's not clear, but it's basically saying new coil to the right, same coil to the left. I'm going to say new coil. Now, from experience, I'm not going to do this at 490. I'm going to bring this back down to 350. Now at 350, it's vaping the way it should again, and it's back to 0.11 ohms. Okay? It's not very consistent. The temperature control is working great in that I can hold it in my mouth, vape on it as long as I want. It's not getting too hot, it's staying consistent, and it's a nice, good vape, and I love it. Why, when I put it down for a minute or two, a few minutes, it starts not detecting the temperature properly. It detects the coil a little different, and suddenly I have to start really increasing the temperature, or simply take it off, put it back on, tell it it's a new coil, and boom, at 350 I'm good again. Common sense tells me 350 should be 350. 350 is 350 degrees all the time. It's supposed to know the resistance of the wire. If the resistance changed, it should adjust the power accordingly so that 350 degrees is 350 degrees. Why now can I vape on this juice at 350 degrees and it's fine, and then in a few minutes I have to vape on it on 450 degrees to get the same exact taste, temperature, and amount of vapor? Something is not right there. I've done this with multiple coils. I've replaced the coil a couple times. This is a Kanger sub-tank mini. I've replaced the coil 3 or 4 times, same problem all the time. I've also used different tanks, same situation. With all that said, this is the best mod I've used. The temperature control is very, very good. I like it. It is my new everyday mod. It is what I plan to be using all the time. I love it. But that issue is strange. So I seem to know that if I put a coil in there, I put some juice in there, I start vaping, I get it to a temperature I like, I can keep vaping on that, and it's great. If I put it down, I let it sit there for a while, I pick it up, I take a hit off of it, I'm usually not going to get any vapor. I have to increase the temperature sometimes as much as 100 degrees to get back to where it was before. Or take the tank off, put it back on, turn it off and on, tell it it's a new coil, start over again. It's easier just to increase the temperature, use it at the increased temperature, and everything's fine. So it's strange, it's not consistent with that, and I'm not sure what's up with that. If I do find the reason for that, or somebody has an idea, post it below, please let me know. I'd like to let people know why this mod is doing that, because it is the one issue that I've had with this. Other than that, it's great. Alright, so that was just a recording of this experience. I've had this for, I got it on Thursday, today is Monday, so 4 or 5 days of using it, pretty much, you know, half the day, you know, in between work and so forth, and that's my experience. So that's where I am right now with this. We're going to jump back to a video that's actually in the future, telling you, which is going over the full review. Okay, so that's my experience with the mod. A couple of people have noticed, pull that up here, that if you hold it to your ear when you're not firing it, you hear a high-pitched squeal and a ticking. That's worried some people. Worried me too. My first thought was, I realized it is constantly trying to read the resistance of the tank. On this mod, if you loosen your tank, you'll see it drops to 0. So that was my first thought, is that it's constantly pinging or pulsing the tank to see what the resistance is of the coil. It's actively monitoring that. On Joyetech's website, there was on their frequently asked questions page somebody writing, why does eVic VT may have some, this is their broken English, why does eVic VT may have some slightly ticking sounds and continuous high frequency buzz during usage? Their answer was, eVic VT has some characteristic sounds in operation. These sounds are very low in volume and can typically only be detected by holding the device close to the ear. eVic VT boost circuitry indicator emits a continuous high-frequency buzz, and the switching system that detects atomizer resistance produces an intermittent ticking noise, rather like that of a quartz watch. These noises are normal and should not cause concern in any device that is otherwise functioning normally. When the device goes into standby mode after a period of 3 minutes without use, or the power button is pressed 5 times, all such noises will immediately cease. So I wouldn't worry about that. It seems like it does make sense. It's constantly trying to read that resistance, and in the process of doing that, the circuitry does create that ticking and pitch sound. So I have not found a solution yet on why the voltage change. In case anybody asks, you can also lock the atomizer resistance setting, and I tried that as well, but I still have that problem. I just put this coil on, vaping with it, it was fine. I put it down, walk away, come back 10 minutes later, suddenly it's not vaping right. It's as if the temperature is way too low and I have to greatly increase the temperature to vape. I do that, and from that point it's fine, and it does not change after that. So it seems like the initial reading and temperature that you set it for does change somehow. You go back, you calibrate it for what you want by raising the temperature, and then you're fine going forward from that point. You do not need to change it again unless changing the tank or removing and re-adding the tank. So other than that, it is a great mod. I can't explain that one mistake, shortcoming of it, something in the design, I would say. But other than that, it is great for the price, under 60 bucks. It's under 90 bucks with their matching tank. You absolutely can't beat it. This will be my new main mod that I'll be using until something new comes along. Even if you're not into variable temperature, temperature control, just using this as a standard mod, 60-watt mod that goes up to that has a 5,000 milliamp battery. It is great. It is. They have some nice colors, nice designs. It is highly recommended. If you have any experiences, please comment below. If you haven't followed my videos, please do that. I'd appreciate your feedback and let me know about your experiences with it. And come back soon. Thanks a lot and have a great day.